So it's not always to transfer high schools your senior year, but that's exactly what Tay's doing. Tay, I would imagine that you've met some of your teammates already, and Coach James. What's it going to be like Monday when you meet the rest of Conway's class of 2026, man?
First and foremost, I just want to thank God for the opportunity to just be out here. But I'm just super excited for the new journey, you know. I love Arkansas with my whole heart, so I'm just excited to meet the rest of the class of 2026, and I'm excited to play football for Coach Buck James.
Yeah. Hey, well, thanks for taking some time for us this morning. Help our audience understand the connection, because I know you got family here, and, you know, it's not every day someone moves halfway across the country to get closer to the college they're committed to, at least, and draw the picture for us here. Help us understand why Arkansas and what those roots look like for you.
Yes, sir. So I have everything you could think of lives out in Arkansas. Like for me, my granny, my grandpa, my aunties, uncles, cousins. So I have everything out here in Arkansas. But the University of Arkansas, just the relationships with Coach Woodson, Coach Travis Williams, and Coach Sam Pittman. They're just great overall guys, you know. And I see the direction the program is going in. So, you know, I just put my trust in them at the end of the day.
Yeah. So you mentioned all the family you have here. I guess how did draw the picture back? California, how'd you get there? And obviously we know why you've come back to Arkansas here.
So I have an older brother who's actually 21 years old. He goes by Tay Lockett. He plays basketball down in California. He's in college. But my dad and mom, they had my brother out in Florida, and then Hurricane Katrina happened. They moved to California for the military. My pops was in the military, so they moved out to California, and then that's where I was born, and I lived in California my whole entire life. So it's a little new out here in Arkansas, but I love it.
What I mean, you've obviously visited here, spent time on campus, but what are the biggest culture shocks or the biggest changes day to day? Other than it's hot and muggy here, what do you miss about California? What are you glad to not have any more of? Maybe it's that traffic out there.
Oh, definitely. The traffic is horrible, but I feel like there's nothing like I don't love about Arkansas. Like everything just like makes it whole. Like everybody is so welcoming. You know, the food is great. The people are amazing. You know what I mean? Like it's hot, but it's not nothing you can't get over. So you know, there is no complaints from me at the end of the day. I really enjoy this place.
Newest Conway Wampus Cat, Tay Lockett, 2026 Arkansas commit, was in California. Now he's back here in Arkansas here on the Morning Rush. Tay, what games are you going to make it up to Fayetteville this fall? I know you've got a high school schedule to worry about, but what games are you going to attend in Fayetteville at Razorback Stadium this fall?
A game that's locked in most definitely is Notre Dame. That's 100% guaranteed, and I believe I'll be going to the first game out in Little Rock. But I'm going to try to hit every game. You know, I support the Hogs whole and whole, so I'll be trying to attend every home game.
Tay, you've been very vocal on social media for a while now. I can't remember how long you've been committed for it seems like a couple years now to this Arkansas program and Sam Pittman. You kind of mentioned how strongly you felt about where this program is headed. For our audience, why are you so steadfast in the idea that this is the right place for you and other guys that are committed in the class of 2026?
So I actually had met T. Will and Coach Woodson and Coach Pittman after the first season Coach T. Will and Woodson had first got here. That was they played the fall season, and then I came in the spring on my first ever visit. I think it was a junior day, matter of fact. They had KJ Bolden out there. He actually plays for safety for Georgia right now, but KJ Bolden was out there. It was a lot of guys out there, but that told me everything I needed to know. You know, obviously we didn't get KJ Bolden, but to me that was like, cool. Shoot, I can be the difference maker. You know, I'll be the one to set the trend, and hopefully I could bring in a lot more guys. But Coach Woodson and Coach T. Will, they changed obviously it takes a whole, obviously it's the whole defensive staff, but just Coach T will, as one, he just brings a different kind of juice to the game, and as a defender, you need a coach like that who coaches with a lot of passion and a lot of fire, and he brings that. But my first time visiting, they pulled up some statistics, and numbers don't lie. When men, women, like all those things lie, but numbers, they don't lie. And they done changed the program around defensively, and at the end of the day, my job is on the defensive side of the ball. But man, they had flipped it. They were like 100 and something, and I think they had went down to like 40 something. That told me everything I needed to know. This program is going in the right direction, and so that's just something I want to keep building. And at the end of the day, I feel like the state, they deserve to see the University of Arkansas win games, and I genuinely think the University of Arkansas will win games.
So, Tay, you mentioned the Notre Dame game. I know there's tons of fans listening that are pumped for that. First time you get the Fighting Irish in Fayetteville. Maybe kind of take us through what that's like as a prospective player and a guy that's committed. Obviously, you've got a game the night before, I believe, and you get up there as early as you can on Saturday morning because it's an 11 a.m. game. What does that look like day of the game for you and the other commits and signees heading to Fayetteville?
Like you said, it's just an early morning. I'm sure everybody will get up there nice and early. They'll probably give us some breakfast, and then we gonna sit there and talk to the coaches, go on the field, watch the little pre-warm-up. But at the end of the day, I feel like everybody got the same mindset, whether, at least all the commits. I know at the end of the day, in the class of 2026, we all got the mindset of we just want to come in and be able to help the program win at the end of the day. So I feel like when we watching the game, we know, like, it's football, passes are going to get caught, runs are going to be had, like it's the game of football. But, we feel like at the end of the day, as long as we supporting our guys who out there, like, true, we even though we not technically on the team, we still try and make it like we one family at the end of the day. So
future teammates, exactly,
right? Exactly. We just, even though we're in the stands during the game, we still out there supporting our guys because we know, like, this game is a team effort. So,
yeah. So tell me about what I don't. Give me the timeline here on how immersed you are at Conway. I know the move has been happening, but one of the legendary coaches in Arkansas, moved to Conway himself a couple of years ago, and Buck James. What do why that program? I'm sure those family ties that you mentioned had something to do with that as well.
Oh yes, sir, most definitely. Like I said, I got a lot of family out here. They all stay in the Conway, like Little Rock area ish.
Okay.
At least from my knowledge. But it just made the most sense. It wasn't like for me, it was just about being in the state of Arkansas. Being able to meet the people in Central Arkansas. Build a relationship with the community of Central Arkansas, because I know at the end of the day, I'm going to be in Northwest Arkansas. So, I wanted to be able to have a connection, like, with the whole state. So that was the honest reason, to be honest, And then, just being able to play for Coach James and Coach Ellis, he's a young DC, but he reminds me a lot of T. Will. He has a lot of, like, passion and fire for the game. He played college ball at Arkansas State. So, he's one who has played at a high level. So, he knows exactly what he's talking about, and I'm just really excited.
Tay, before we let you go, you mentioned a recruiting visit you had with KJ Bolden, who's in Athens. I think there's 27 guys committed, 26 other guys committed with you in this class of 2026. Is that something you're going to be actively doing here these next few months, or when you get to campus, just trying to pitch guys on the idea of what you just sold us on Arkansas?
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, a player like me, I've never been the type to really get caught up in the logo. It's a lot of kids that's out here chasing, super high-profile schools, and they go there and they sit for 2 to 3 years, and then they want to transfer out, and you're stuck in a place you never thought you would end up at, you know. So I just try to tell kids, like, this is an opportunity, you know, that a lot of kids pass up on because we're caught chasing a logo, you know, when this logo means something to the whole state, you know. This is bigger than just a school or, you know, just yourself or your family, you know. This is something the whole state wants to see you succeed at the end of the day, you know. And if you have the whole state behind you, I feel like that's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you want to come here?
Well, Tay Lockett, his newest addition to Conway Wampus Cats, class of 2026 Arkansas commit, two-time Max Preps All-American. You can tell Razorback is running through his DNA and blood. Tay, appreciate you joining us this morning, man. Enjoy high school next week, senior year, and good luck to the Wampus Cats, you and Coach James this season, okay, buddy?
Yes, sir. I really appreciate you guys. Love y'all, Arkansas Nation.
Hey, it's Colton Little. Been trying to kill a little bit of time at work, so I logged on to MyBookie, and as the clock has ticked by, I've already made money, and I've already had a good time. They've got tons of great stuff on there. I'm talking about blackjack, roulette, live dealers, poker, and a full lineup of slots. They didn't make me download an app. All I had to do was just log in, made a quick deposit, and then I was playing games and winning money. If you're thinking about checking out MyBookie, you should have done it yesterday. Use the promo code HOGS, and they'll toss you a nice deposit match of up to $1,000. And now you can bet on the Hogs all season long with MyBookie.